These my dance make it hurt. These my dance make it hurt. These my dance make it hurt.
Hello, a very good evening, everybody. Welcome along to this week's episode of Tea and Tops. It is not Monday; it's Tuesday, and it's a little bit after 9 o'clock. But we're here. We're here at last this week. I'm here as always. Jason's with me. Jason, how you doing tonight?
Good. As I said, we needed a night off. It was a long weekend. And you were obviously very busy, and I could use a night off. So we decided to come back tonight and do a live show, and it should be a good one. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, it's a busy old weekend. So I was down in Edinburgh for my eldest daughter's 10th birthday. The hits keep on coming. Today's my wedding anniversary as well. So this is a great excuse to avoid my wife and come and talk about baseball cards on the internet. So yeah, what else would I do at my wedding anniversary than come and hang out with Jason, right?
To be fair, I think I was doing one for ball caps and bagpipes on
Yeah,
wedding anniversaries. So so we're clearly at that stage that we're old enough that the actual date doesn't matter. You get a slice of pizza, maybe some prosecco to go with it, and go. We're
yeah, it's
celebrating the weekend. We can really do it.
yeah, pretty much. Well, of course, our tenth anniversary was in the teeth of lockdown last year, so we're still due ourselves a 10th anniversary celebration as well. So, yeah, we're just snacking them up, and I think we'll just disappear off to New York for a few days and leave the girls around once the world returns to a bit of normality. Who knows? That'd be a kind of a
I'm
nice.
assuming preferably during baseball season, so you can take her to a Yankees game and
Well, yeah, that'd be
get.
kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, the last time we were there was during baseball season, but we gave Yankee Stadium a bit of a wide berth, and we went to see the Staten Island Yankees instead. So did some minor league baseball action. That was pretty fun. I had a prosecco bar, so I managed to convince the wife to come along.
There you go. You got to find those small wins there, right?
That's it. Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, little wins, little wins. I know how to convince her to do stuff. It just involves prosecco. So yeah, so we're here on this Tuesday night to cover some news and all things baseball cards in the last kind of 8 days or so. We're still in a little bit of a hollow with new release products coming out. Although Topps Holiday came out over the last, I think just on kind of Friday, I think, or last week at some time. So Topps Holiday for the uninitiated is a retail exclusive. I think it's actually a Walmart, just an out and out exclusive to Walmart, and just riffs on Topps series flagship series design and adds in some Christmas type accoutrements to the cards. So they'll have drawings of decorations and stuff on there, and snowmen in the background of pictures, and relic cards that are embedded in snowmen and all this kind of craziness. Usually a pretty fun thing. 220 card base set, so not massive. Usually comes around about 20 quid a box or $20 a box if you can find it on the shelves in your local Walmart. But yeah, kind of a fun thing. One that they do every year. It's quite a nice, fun, cheap product. But yeah, good luck finding any.
Isn't
Although,
that bad?
yeah, I
Like,
couldn't find. To be fair, it's been a few days since I checked Walmart.com. I've not been at it every day. I've been away, obviously, so I've not. Usually I have my list of products that I go and search for every day on Walmart and Target and wherever else. But with being away, I kind of put it on the back burner. So I haven't actually looked, but yeah, it's been very popular on some of the car groups in the US and stuff like that. I've seen quite a few of the cars floating around. So yeah, you
it's
can
a,
get some pretty cool stuff out of it.
I didn't see someone had posted a Jordan Alvarez relic card that was embedded in a snowman, and
Yeah,
I was like, I said that's pretty cool. Like I said, I may not be a huge, Astros fan, but you know what? That's a pretty cool card.
yeah. They do some pretty neat stuff. Like they've like photoshopped Santa hats onto people and stuff last year, and yeah, you get some pretty unique cars that come out of them. But so yeah, like I said, I'm trying to get a hold of some, but a tough ask at the minute. So yeah, out this week we've got Heritage High Number, which will include the missing rookie card from earlier in the year. It also
Devon
has,
Biggio.
yes, it is, yep. Also has a Kellenic rookie in it and a bunch of other things. So a few people excited for that. Again, just waiting on its release. I think it comes out Wednesday, so hopefully have some over by next week, which would be kind of good. There's still quite a lot of stuff that's supposed to release, but it wouldn't surprise me if it sort of got ran down a little bit. We've been waiting on certain products since July. Hello, big league. So we've been waiting on that since July, and there's still a lot of stuff slated to come out in December. But I think, as we touched on last week, December is not really a month that you're focusing too much on your hobbies. You're focusing on buying stuff for buying Christmas presents and all your other holiday celebrations or whatever else. So often hobbies can take a bit of a back seat in December, but we'll see. Still a few products due to come out. They do have a Transcendent release due to come out on Ojo's night, which would be kind of good, 31st of December. So if that drops, that'd be pretty fun. That could be an expensive way to spend the end of the year in a break.
Really doesn't work in our favor, because you could be like 5 drinks deep. Oh, it's up there now. I'm gonna buy this.
Oh, dude, I know, that's the problem. Yeah. I'll buy in this break at $200 for one card.
Wake up in the morning, shit, I spent $2,000.
Exactly. Well, it's better than spending $20,000 on a case of this stuff, I guess. But yeah, Transcendent's pretty fun. Like I say, June the 31st of December. So we'll see if that comes off.
When we start getting that paid advertising, we can buy a box and see how it goes and do a break one of these years.
Well, yeah, that would be a hell of a sponsorship deal. We need some seltzer company to come and sponsor us for that, I think.
Christmas seltzer, if you gotta think about it.
Yeah. Oh man, that's conjuring up all manner of bad ideas. Some mulled seltzer would be quite nice.
Somebody would do a cranberry seltzer, you know it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, cranberry, that would work. Yeah, it's more Thanksgiving, I guess. But turkey's turkey.
Turkey's turkey. Like I said, it's kind of a blur. Those 5 weeks between Thanksgiving and Christmas, anyways. So.
Yeah, it's turkey season. That's all we need to know. So yeah, I guess 2 big bits of baseball general news this week, which will or may not, I suppose, have an effect on the hobby as we know it. But we had 6 new Hall of Famers elected just this week. For those who haven't seen it, so Gil Hodges, Jim Catt, Minnie Minoso, I hope I'm saying that right, and Tony Oliva were elected in by the Golden Days Era Committee. And we also had Bud Fowler, and Buck O'Neill, chosen by the Early Baseball Era Committee. So another 6 players added into the Hall of Fame, will be inducted in 2022. So I guess if you have, I imagine there's a number of Jim Catt cards floating around and Gil Hodges. So there you go. You've now got Hall of Fame baseball cards.
I have a Gil Hodge English card, so I'm in the.
There you go. You're set. You're set.
Exactly.
Hall of Famer Gil Hodges.
English cards anyway, so we're okay.
So yeah, that's so we have the Hall of Fame news, and of course, as I'm sure we're all aware now, we're in lockout. So the players have been locked out by the owners. We anticipate a winter period of much jostling and name calling and finger pointing and one side blaming the other, no doubt, until they get to some kind of agreement, hopefully before the start of spring training, I guess.
That's what we're kind of looking forward to. As this is my 3rd lockout I've lived through now. I don't really count the 81 because I was only 6 there, but I did do the 94-95 one. That actually probably killed baseball for me for quite a few years. So, but it also was in the same time I started uni, and beer and girls were far more interested in baseball at that point. And then was sucked right back into 95 because of those Mariners there. So, yeah, it was a weird one. It was a weird thing to live through, and just kind of that marathon of baseball and just not being there. It's a weird one. But again, we don't have to worry about anything till spring training. And once teams start losing money, that's when we're going to start seeing kind of, all right, yeah, we got to start making this happen. So until then, I wouldn't worry too much about it.
No, exactly. There's a lot of time, I guess, to pass between now and spring training. Roughly,
yeah, we've got 2 months still.
I mean, it was interesting to see the kind of, this is a bit kind of general baseball banter, but it was interesting to see the flurry of deals that got signed right before the expiration of the current bargaining agreement and the lockdown period. Not lockdown. That's something entirely different. And the lockout period starting. There's obviously a few big deals got done. because of course during this lockout period, players can't sign new deals. Teams aren't allowed to talk to players, all that kind of stuff. Although I'm sure,
Wink, wink. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's still, there's still some stuff going on in the background. I would hazard, but so yeah, we saw quite a few deals get done. Scherzer's deal, obviously. Corey Seager going to the Tigers.
No, it's Corey Seager and Marcus Simeon went to the Texas Rangers.
They went to the Rangers. The Rangers have gone
Javi
buck
Baez went to
wild.
the Tigers.
Baez went to the Tigers. Thank you.
Yes.
See, I've got them all confused.
And Robbie Ray and his tight pants went to Seattle. I'm still trying to figure this out myself.
I know you're excited by that deal, right?
I like some tight pants.
Oh God.
I don't know. So, everyone's kind of like, is it a good sign? I don't know. If we get Arizona, Robbie Ray, yeah, that's not so great. We get Toronto, Robbie Ray, I'm all in.
You're a happy boy, yeah. You've got to fill that gaping hole left by Shed Long at some point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So a bit of a flurry of activity, I guess, on the hot stove. A few players finding new homes, which of course will affect where they land and will affect their cards for the next year. But yeah, we'll wait and see.
It's already having an effect on Project 70.
So really?
They're saying that because of everything being locked down, the process is taking longer. So Jonas Never was having a big old rant because he did a Tyler Munzak, the reliever for I don't know, I think his name, but his nickname's Nutsack, and so he did the player profile card for Tyler Munzak, and then with the nickname Nutsack on there as a kind of a joke there, and he was kind of having a big long rant saying how MLB and MLBPA have been shooting down his cards, on no fun police and stuff like that there, and the process has gotten now harder because of the lockout. That's
kind of interesting.
So,
I didn't think it would affect it in that way, but yeah, I suppose there's going to be. Well, like I say, if they're just being fun police, then that's.
Well, come on, baseball is not fun. There's no fun in baseball.
I thought it was crying, right?
Yeah, like that too. But yeah, he was having a big moan because of his, his Joe Kelly card he wanted to do, which got dinged. He got the Jocktober card got dinged for him. So I think there was another one dinged, and he's just kind of fed up of all his cards getting dinged, and he's like, I totally understand. It's no fun place. So it's not actually Topps that have been saying no. It's actually MLB that's causing the problems.
So it's the Players Association putting the stop on it, is it?
I think it's MLB than the Players Association.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, they really. That's why you don't see too many Joe Kelly cards going out there. It's all been kind of artwork that's been done because it would be an iconic card and people would buy it, but you never saw it. They just never agreed to do it. So
interesting. Yeah, no fun in baseball.
There's no fun in baseball.
No. Oh well. Jeez. I can't remember how we got on this subject. How do we get on this subject?
Oh, I don't even remember anymore. It was a lockout and how it was having an effect.
Of course,
on
the lockout.
cards.
The lockout, of course. So yeah, we hope for that to be resolved by spring training, and hopefully it doesn't delay the start of the season. But I guess we'll see. They'll just keep getting richer, right? So.
Exactly. If you don't know, if you're against the players, you're getting it all wrong. The players are getting screwed. I think someone had said like you spend the minor leagues eating ramen until you make the major, and then you spend 6 years in the majors making ramen until you can actually afford that steak. So, I was like, all right, that's a fair amount. So to be fair, like minor leaguers get paid crap. Owners make a ton of money from it. There's a reason why there's big conglomerates that own these teams these days. It's no longer some crazy dude who made money in the oil fields. It is literally
that's a good point. Yeah,
these guys put in $1 billion and in 10 years get $3 billion for their team. They print cash there. And even if the team's losing money, they still make money because it's all tax write-offs for them. So hence why I thought you saw like Scherzer's contract ridiculous. Is Scherzer worth $42 million for a dead arm that might only make it till like June? No, but there was the money out there. It was nice to see that there was actually money being spent this offseason.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, the last few seasons, it's been a case of the owners or the teams just holding off right until almost the 11th hour. We'd seen like marquee names still free agents at the start of spring training because it was a case of who was going to blink first. But I guess with the lockout impending, teams wanted to get deals done. Players were happy to sign those deals. So yeah, it gets them across the line. It gives them a certain bit of security going into the lockout period. But as for how insurance works and things like that for covering these salaries, if there is a delay in the next year, I don't really know. I don't know how that works. I know obviously for injuries, teams have insurance policies for salaries for injuries, but for labour disputes, I'm not too sure. But
So it's
hey,
also
we can
screws,
cover that.
it screws the players though. So if you are hurt right now, you can't see the team doctor to get any help.
That's a great point. Yeah.
You can't go and work out at the team complex. Like it really hurts these guys. So it's in their best interest to get this done. Although the most interesting thing I saw that them going to a 15-team what do you call it? Playoff
Division, yeah.
and get rid of divisions. I'm down with this.
Yeah, so rather than have like the six
Still have your
divisions that they have
divisions,
just now.
and you still get I think the top two teams sort of get a go in, and then everyone else fights through it. So
Yeah, there would be but rather than having six divisions, they would just basically go into two leagues, right? Two 15-team leagues.
something like that. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
And then the top two go through, and then everyone else fights for the playoff shot.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, some craziness. Yeah.
Like I said, I think that makes it interesting. I think it forces teams to spend money and actually be competitive.
Yeah, I think you're right. A lot of stuff in it for minor leaguers as well. Well, obviously, we saw that some terms and conditions were getting better for minor leaguers, like they were getting, I think, accommodation and stuff was starting to get paid for them, and the minor league baseball picture is quite interesting. We've seen, obviously, there was the contraction last year, which wasn't very nice for a lot of teams, I guess, and now we're starting to see, as you kind of touched on, investment into minor league teams now. There's, like I say, it's not just a local businessman who's running a minor league team, although obviously some of those do still exist. But we have, hedge funds and stuff getting involved now and scooping up groups of teams, so that, they can obviously see some kind of future benefit or profit to come out of the minor leagues. So obviously a lot of that will be written into this upcoming bargaining agreement as well. It has a knock-on effect into the minor leagues. So yeah, I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see what comes out of the negotiations over the next few months. But like I say, hopefully they get something done. We don't have a delay to the start of next year.
Fingers crossed. Otherwise, I think actually we see a boom in baseball cards because no one has anything else to do, and they'll look to go and say, "All right, I need baseball in my life. What can I do to keep some baseball alive?"
Project 2021 is going to go insane.
Oh, man, don't even go there.
Yeah, we'll get to other Project 2020 news as well, I guess. Seeing as it's back, but. Yeah, before we move on, a story that you actually picked up on this week, which we've been discussing over here a little bit in our baseball group. So we can now buy half a Honus Wagner card, which is pretty awesome.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, at least you still got his face and body. But I mean, what would have happened if you only had like the torso? How much is the torso of Honus Wagner worth?
Yeah, well, we're gonna find out how much, like, I guess 67% of one of his cards is worth, because it's about, it's probably 2/3 of the card is there. But like you say, it's got the main aspects of it. So you can see his face, and you can see on the bottom of the card it says Wagner. So you can see it's graded as genuine, which I'd like to think it would be. But it's expected to two interesting things about it, right? So PSA. The grading company, who we spoke a little bit about last week, and actually have more news on them coming up. They obviously give each of the cards that they grade and authenticate, they give a serial number to, and this one is serial number 2. So there was only one other card graded before this one. So yeah, this is card number 2 that came out of PSA, which in itself is quite interesting.
Do you think that would be like whoever started it? That would have been their personal collection to get that started.
There's every chance, yeah.
Because I mean, where do you start too? Because if I was to start a grading company, I'd probably do 20 of my own cards to start to get things rolling. But after that,
Yeah, that's not a bad shout. On Sports Collectors Digest, it states that the card, which has been in the collection of an unnamed collector since the 90s, there you go, is believed to be one of the first cards ever graded by PSA. It's got serial number 2. Starting bids. Do you know what the starting bid is?
oh, I can't remember. It was like 250,000.
Not quite, 25 grand.
Oh right, okay. Wait, I got the zero wrong there. So.
Yeah, you've moved your zero up one place, but yeah. So an opening bid for 2/3 of a card. It's not even a whole card. So yeah, we're starting at 25 grand. Obviously, it's going to go significantly further north of that. I think it will easily be 6 figures. I don't think it'll crack a mil, but you never know. There's some pretty scary numbers on this webpage that I'm looking at.
So it's almost one of those things. If you're a fan of PSA, does that actually have more value because it's the second card ever graded by them?
I mean, potentially, yeah. If you're in, I mean, I wonder what number 1 is. Is my first thought, but yeah, I mean, I think that's just quite a nice thing. It's like you say, it wouldn't surprise me if it was somebody who was involved with the startup of PSA. It wouldn't surprise me if it was one of their cards, because yeah, like you said, if you're starting up a company like that, you're not going to start a company then just sit and wait for cards to come in, are you? You're gonna have some. You're gonna get some out in the marketplace, get them in the hands of collectors so they can see what they're getting. Right? You want to get your product out there. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if somebody who's involved at the start of it was, maybe not necessarily the original founder of PSA, but somebody certainly involved at the start of it. So yeah, I mean, as far as the world knows, there's only 60 of these 206 Honus Wagners in total. So despite the fact there's only 2/3 of it, this is one of those 60. Pretty much guaranteed any, they go for like the bottom line in the cards that have come up to date is $1 million. There's not very many go for less than $1 million, but that's, a complete card. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where this one goes.
When's it finishing? Do we know?
February the 15th, if my memory serves me correctly.
So you have Christmas, pay the bills, and then for Valentine's Day you can treat yourself.
yeah. You can't even. Like the auction isn't open yet, but oh my god! Right, I'm quickly skimming the thing to try and find it. February the 5th. So it's SCP is the auction house that's selling it. It's in their January auction. So January the 19th through February the 5th is when you can go and pop a bid on there if you have at least 25,000.
I'm gonna go clear my credit cards right now and put my bid in.
yeah. It'd be fun just to put in that opening bid and then just shit yourself until somebody outbids you, right?
Well, you can put that bid in, and then you can start up your own fractional card company. That way.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. When I was researching for tonight's show, actually, I saw that one of the. I decided not to speak about it because we've said for a while we're going to do a show to focus on fractional ownership. I still think it'd be a good thing to do. But one of them, I think it's called Dabble, just picked up investment from Amazon just this past week, and they'd already had 13 million in their last round of funding as well. So yeah, it looks like fractional ownership's on the up as well. Add that to the NFT pile.
The more I see NFTs, the more I go, okay, I can kind of see NFTs. The fractional ownership, man, I don't know. I think it just inflates prices. I don't think, but we can discuss that on the fractional ownership show.
On the fractional ownership show, yeah. I think it does. But then it's just like investing in any other asset, is it? It's like buying oil or orange juice futures or whatever. You're trading on the future value, but it'll be fractional ownership's really interesting, and it'll be a good one. We'll do a special, maybe a good one to swat up on when I'm while I'm working over Christmas, but we'll see how that goes.
When you're busy at Christmas time,
but I'm busy at Christmas time. Yeah, exactly.
In the office, now.
Well, so to bring things a bit more up to date, moving away from vintage goodness. something that's always kind of fascinated me, and I've never really done enough. I'm going to put this on our ideas board as well, which is baseball players that collect. So obviously we know about Phil Hughes, who does his ex-Yankees Twins pitcher Phil Hughes, who has a pretty successful YouTube channel called Phil's Pools. He's obviously a pretty big card collector. Matt Stram, Padres pitcher, who also does a similar thing on YouTube. And it's always kind of fascinated me the guys who are involved or involved in the hobby as well as being players. And just this week, a Washington Nationals pitcher by the name of Kyle McGowan, and I'm sure Nationals fans will be like, "Oh my God!" For our podcast listeners, a picture just fell off Jason's wall and clattered him on the head.
Yes, I just redid the wall behind me, and yep, we'll be fixing that after the show.
Yeah, Jesus Christ! I don't know if this podcast has an accident book, but we might have to get one. We'll need to.
There you go. This is my stealing second. It was in a movie.
Oh my God, your baseball movie, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, Jesus Christ! You'll need to get your hard hat for next week.
There you go. I'll get some more stronger adhesives to put that one out.
A Nationals relief pitcher, Kyle McGowan, has opened a hobby shop in West Palm Beach, in Florida. There you go. The promotional pictures for it shows him proudly wearing his World Series ring. So what's he called it? World Champion Sports Cars. There you go.
Fair enough. Like I said, I have to admit, I'm assuming he must be a relief pitcher. Because
he is a relief pitcher. Yeah, I don't know his name either. He doesn't have any major league cards, interestingly enough.
So he has a World Series ring, and he doesn't have any cards.
Yeah, so he timed his cup of coffee perfectly, I think, is what we're learning here.
Right.
I believe he was injured last year. He has minor league cards, but he doesn't have any major league cards yet.
Okay.
Like I say, players who are involved in the hobby is kind of interesting to me. And there you go. There's one who got into it during lockdown when the season was off, doing breaks and things like that on the internet, which seems to be the way that everyone gets into the car business these days. And he's parlayed that into a brick and mortar store down in West Palm Beach in Florida. So should we ever decide to have a family holiday in the
Miami.
States again? Yeah, I might have to pop down there to old West Palm Beach. And
we did talk about going to opening day down in Miami because we know we can get tickets for it.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you're not going. I don't think you're going to struggle to get opening day tickets.
We did go opening day in Miami and then go up to Orlando and catch the next one because the other one will be sold out. We'll be all right.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, nobody's going to Tampa either.
So to be fair, so back in the day we used to have Norm Johnson's sports cards, and you probably don't recognize Norm Johnson unless you were an old school Seattle Seahawks fan, and he was their kicker. And he used to have his own card shop up in the mall. Actually, I think I took you to the mall when we were back in Bellevue. And that was like one of the places I used to go. There was the 3 shops that were in town, and that was the one that was nearest my high school. So that stuck around for quite some time there. I know Norm would show up occasionally and sign some autographs, but it wasn't really in demand. Kickers aren't exactly who you're there, but he had connections, and there was always Seahawks signings that were up there. So it was always pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome, yeah. Yeah, unless your name's Pat McAfee, right? Then nobody gives a shit about you as a kicker. It's a shame, really. One thing I will say, his logo is very close to text that I've seen used, but like by MLB before. So hopefully he doesn't get like a copyright claim or anything for his logo. It includes the World Series trophy as well, and we know how MLB are kind of tough on their intellectual property and stuff like that. So. You'll maybe need to watch that, but never mind.
Well, no, I think if you use the design and it's similar, you're close enough. But I think if you actually copy it, that's when you know the problems there. Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, I've read this page a couple of times now, and that's the first time it's actually like the penny's kind of dropped on where I've seen this font before. Like it looked kind of familiar, like the layout, and it's like, but it just looks very sort of generic, sort of sports card font, and it's like,
right.
Yeah. But then no, it's actually pretty close to like proper MLB fonts, but hey, I'm sure he did his due diligence. So there we go. So good luck to Mr. McGowan in his baseball endeavors and his baseball card endeavors.
Yep, that's cool. There's another player. I think that one player was Pat Nashek is the other guy. It was a big card collector.
Panishek, yeah.
There's the other guy.
There's another one as well. Let me find it real quick.
See, I would have thought there'd be more players that were kind of into it.
Yeah, I would see. I did too, and I've sort of dabbled at researching it, and sort of just immediately like not being able to find the information quickly, and then I've just been like, "Ugh, I'll come back to this." So Daniel Tillo as well, a Royals pitcher, Daniel Tillo.
Was he the one that was signing all his cards and was all excited about it? I think it was early in the
quite
season.
possibly.
Yeah, who knows? They was sharing that, and he was excited about signing his first cards and whatnot. So.
Yeah, so this is another younger guy, minor leaguer, obviously missed 2020 with the lockdown, and then had Tommy John surgery. So he was out this year as well. So he's also big into the old trading cards. Very cool picture of him in a rated rookie T-shirt. Like the old like the Don Russ rated rookie thing. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
We need to get some of those printed up for our own collection there.
We should do. Yeah. I don't know if we can really call ourselves rookies anymore. We're both the wrong side of 40, but
yeah, that's all right. It's our first baseball card. So
okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Yes. And of course, you got your 1/1 rookie card, or not rookie
I
card.
did get my one. I did get my 1/1. My wife still has it in her purse. We put it in her purse for safekeeping.
It's gonna fall apart then.
Yeah. No. She doesn't open her purse very often, so it'll be perfectly safe in there. Yeah. So I need to find some kind of. I'll need to get something to protect that actually.
I don't know if it's be able to protect it.
I'll get it in a sleeve if nothing else. I can get it up on my display. So I guess we'll move on from that then, and into the aforementioned Project 2020. And I found a really fun thread on the Blowout Cards forums, which made me giggle. It's been going for ages. It's been going since the start of the project. And it has 3,898 pages of comments at the minute. And the thread is humorously entitled Topps Project 20... Oh, Jesus, I've completely fumbled it. Topps Project 2020 is the worst product since 1991 Fleer, and that really made me laugh. And I thought that'd be a lovely segue into this week's Project 2020 news and Project 70 news.
Well, not much. Took a bit of a break. No cards came out Friday, which was a big shocker. Topps waited till almost 6 o'clock our time to let us know that. So whoever was doing the job at Topps probably knew cards were going to come out. They could have told us at any time as we patiently waited to see what was coming out before they tweeted finally. Not much to do there. There is roughly 280 cards left in the set. We are pretty close to 75% done. But the big problem is you have a lot of artists who basically are needed to do a card a week till I think it's now the 3rd of March is when the project will finish. So it could be right at the time of spring training. So it might work out well for them.
It might work out well for them, yeah.
But again, you have Christmas time, you've got New Year's, and then you have January. So you're going to really feel the pinch there. So I don't think with the artists that are done, you're going to be. I hate to pick on Blue the Great, but his cards aren't that great, and you've got 13 of his cards coming out in the next 12 weeks. Yeah. So you're going to see a lot of those there. You're going to obviously see, some of the artists are pretty close to being done. We'll see a wrapper card. Hopefully, we don't know if the wrapper cards are coming. So it's going to be kind of quick and dirty, and everyone's kind of going. Maybe they should drop down to 2 cards or 3 cards, and they might get more sales, might get less sales. I mean, no one really knows. But as you can see, everyone's tired of it. They can't wait for it to finish.
Yeah, we've kind of been on this this sort of when will it end vibe for quite a while now, right? And like I say, it feels like some of the energy has gone out of the project, but I'm still seeing some big card numbers, right? We had a couple up or saw one in the 3,000s from the print runs that have been going out, right? With was it one of the recent Ermsey cards or Pardee cards did 3,000?
It was the Ermsey Ronald Acuda card that was on 2,500. So I mean, I think the general consensus from everyone that's doing the project is quit doing Acuna, quit doing Tatis, quit
Quit
doing
doing Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge. Yeah, Derek Jeter has two cards this week, and it's just like, all right, well, it's saturated. It's and who are you gonna pick that's really gonna pick it up? Shed Long's not gonna sell a whole lot of cards. DJ LeMahieu is not gonna sell a whole lot of cards.
No.
You really have to really kind of right
How
artist,
did
right player.
How did that Deion Sanders card do from last week? Are the numbers
Terrible.
out for that?
742 cards or
No way!
762.
Wow, I
Yeah.
thought it had done a lot better than that. It was a cool looking card.
You know what? That card was Marmite. When you liked it, you loved it. If
Yeah.
you hated it, it was the worst thing ever. And people are like, well, this is the big complaint. Like, you can do a drug card. You can have a half naked Deion Sanders card.
Yeah.
But you can't have Jonas never touched this. Like, I can't do a Joe Kelly card. All right, I can't do that. So
Yeah, it's kind of wild, I guess. Yeah.
So it's a tough one. It's really kind of, I think you're going to see Party with his cards. You're going to be happy with the card. You're going to get Lauren Taylor. You're going to be happy with what she produced. Her Willie Mays came out. It's a great card. Obviously, that was from inspired by the time she met Willie Mays. But otherwise, you're kind of looking at the cards going, okay, well, I'm just going to keep that money in my pocket because I'm not collecting that. I'm not collecting that artist, or I'm not collecting that player. And so I think you're just going to see, you're going to have a few sub 600 cards coming out over the next few weeks, and then we'll see what happens from there. So also they're running into problems with what we said, MLB and MLB Players Association are getting approval for things. So I think everyone's going to play it safe, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, as if there wasn't enough problems to try to get the project completed just when it was normal, right?
We had joked that said that we were going to see 280 Fuki cards because the players like this.
Yeah, just get them smashed out of there.
Yeah, exactly. You'll see Fuki cards, and of course you won't be able to see the jerseys, so it'll be like this Donner style Fuki cards.
Donner style Fuki cards, yeah. There you go. There'll be no problem getting clearance for those.
Exactly.
So if there's still 13 cards to come out, then how's it been since he last did one? Do we think we're going to see another artist substitution here or no?
Apparently he's all in. He's working on these cards. No one's seen them. I don't think. Who knows about the approval process? We've not seen a Sean Witherspoon card in a long time. And he's on record as saying he submitted them all ages ago, right? Yeah. So I don't know what's up with that. If he's got to redesign anything or what. It's just kind of this. We'll see what come out. But yeah, like the wind is out of the sails in the project. People are just not doing it anymore, and kind of. I've had a couple artists kind of say, "Look, we're still working on stuff," and the artists that had reached out were like, "Look, don't worry about it. We're not worried about what you're doing." But I think everyone's just kind of like, "All right, can I get my cards so I can get out of the project?" And then laugh at the print runs from here on out.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Do you think they might start doing artist packs? Like say if there's still 13 to come out, then do you maybe do like an artist week or do like an artist day, or do you think? Do people really want to buy 4 like Lauren Taylor cards in one day? Are they going to have the income for that for a start? I guess when you stagger them throughout the project, and you're wanting to do Lauren's set, for example, then once every month or 6 weeks or whatever, you need to drop that $20 on a card, and that's not quite so much a big deal. But then if you need to suddenly they say, right, next week is Lauren week, and you get like a new one every day or 2 every day or something, just to get the set out the door. Is that? Do you think that? I mean, those numbers get pretty big, pretty quick though, right? Because if they did 2 a day for one artist, that's 10 in a week. There can't be too many artists who've still got 10 plus cards to come out.
No, there's Sket one, but that's only because he's taking over for Action.
Because he's got Bronson's, yeah.
Yeah. And then there is Blue. Everyone else kind of has around 12 to 15 cards, and Josh Fides has 18 cards out. So yeah, everyone's pretty close. So you couldn't really do it kind of those guys, where you could do Blue the Great Week, and he does a card every day. I don't think that's going to help all in all honesty. So I guess I'm disappointed because I thought his set had so much potential, and it's just clearly not been close to what I was hoping to get from his cards there. Whereas a couple of artists have absolutely blown us away and surprised us. All right, that's actually pretty cool. So, so it's a tough one. Like they're gonna, we're gonna see us get one every week till it's done. We're gonna have to see a blue, the great,
Yeah, every week until
done.
it's done. Yeah,
Yeah, and everyone's pretty close to wrapping up. I think Crayola, I think he did his 17th or 18th card last week, so he's almost done. So yeah, it's just kind of a matter of waiting for them to finish up, and we'll see the print runs after that.
Yeah, and we've still got the wax pack art to come as well, I guess, and then
Yeah, the wrapper packs
and the poster wrapper packs, yep, and then the posters and
the posters, yes. One card short.
I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter about my poster. I'm not bitter.
So we'll see. I'm also wondering how quick it's going to take for Topps to fulfill the poster thing as well. Because I don't know if it's fulfilled for them, because I'm finding out with my fine art prints that I purchased, they're actually fulfilled by a different company.
Oh, okay.
So apparently some company in Thousand Oaks, California, that fulfills my fine art prints. So it's been kind of 2 weeks now. I'm kind of getting itchy of those have been sitting around for a year.
Yeah, they should have them ready to roll, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's taking so long there, but I like them kind of before Christmas. It'd be nice to get shipped up then. So yeah, I'm curious to see how this all works. Plus, I showed you my invoice, which I'll get tomorrow, that says missing one card.
That's right. Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
So I got my invoice, and if those who are familiar with Project 2020, Project 70, that says has your cards, and obviously if you've hit a foil or not. And on my invoice it says missing one card. So I get my shipping tomorrow, assuming it's still not lost in the West Midlands. And well, I'll find out which one card I'm missing out of this thing here, because I don't understand what it means by missing one card. If I'm missing a foil, or am I missing a base card?
It's not the Otani one, right? Because you've already had delivery of your Otani.
I'm trying to think which Otani, the Keyshore one.
No, the one that never got printed.
Oh no, it's not that one.
No,
and I'm working on that one. I'm having an artist recreate that card for me.
And,
no, it's going to be. It is the Mookie Betts or Lee Mazzilli Gregory Siff card. Right?
Okay.
I think it's Mookie Betts Crayola card. So yes. So either way, happy with it. Both artists are my favorite. So
yeah.
Well, we'll see what I get. See if I get a foil. I know I hit a foil, but I'm curious what card is missing from that. So
yeah, well, we'll be able to unravel that mystery in next week's show, I guess.
Absolutely. Well, I'll keep it under wraps until then. Obviously, you'll know by tomorrow. I'll be like, I got this card.
Yeah, keep it off social media.
But we'll keep it off social media. So
I'll ask this question now because it just popped in my head and it seems like a good question to ask. And we'll maybe ask it again in March when this shit's all over. But what do you think the top, so the takeaways are going to be from this project? It feels like they took on. They obviously had success with Project 70 and they tried to roll it into this year, and it's just become too big, too many artists doing too many cards over a period of time. What do you think their key takeaways are going to be from this?
I think they're going to go, okay, it definitely was too big. I think going from 20 to 52, 51, well, 52, I guess, just get one. I think 20 artists have been good. I think you can pick those 20 artists who were successful this year and maybe drop a few people there. I mean, I don't know if, say, Blake James is interested in doing it another year. I don't know if Ben Baller's interested in doing it another year. I mean, Ben Baller's got a huge following. He's not selling that many cards anymore.
Yeah, he did another box set this year, which I was surprised by, like the Ben Baller Topps Chrome, but like hobby release, which I wasn't expecting this year. But now whether or not that's a byproduct of last year, they signed it up. Maybe said, right, well, why don't do a release for us over the next like 2 or 3 years or whatever. I'm not too sure, but yeah, with Baller not really being involved in Project 70, I was kind of surprised to see that.
Yeah, he's still in 70. Is
he? Oh, well, there you go.
He hasn't done very many cards as well. The only
well, that's why I think that. Then there you go.
I think he's like 12 cards right now, so like that.
I didn't even think he was in it. Well,
the only person that didn't come back was Grotesque.
Ah, shit. Okay.
But I mean, you could talk. I mean, I'm guessing most of these artists are going. I've got to move on from this, otherwise I'll be known as kind of a baseball card artist and like that.
Yeah.
There, I mean, obviously, there's some artists who are obviously big enough than that there, but I mean, I don't see Snoop coming back next year.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were expecting big numbers from Snoop that didn't really kind of catch on at all.
Do you think bringing, let's call them pop culture people into it was a mistake? Because obviously what we've seen with Bronson and
I mean, who knows with Bronson? I mean, if he's not doing live shows, he's hitting the gym, working out. So everyone gives him a hard time for his crappy Photoshop work, but he could have banged out that set in a day if he really
yeah,
wanted
pretty
to.
much. Yeah, you could have done. Yeah.
I think it's one of those things that was a good idea. I think they had a lot of momentum going from Project 20, but I think they should have also looked at the sales from 200 to 350 before they started introducing the foils and kind of go, okay, we know the print run's going to be between 1,000 and 2,500 for the most part, and then vary. But then you cut it down to say 30 artists or 25 artists. I'd happily buy another set of Lauren Taylor cards. I'd happily buy another set of Alex Party cards. I don't know if I'd work on another Ron English set of cards. I'm collecting a set, but I don't know if I'd want another one. Crayola definitely would do another set of his. But I'm like I said, like Pose, I'm looking at here with his Al Kaline card because I just found that I wouldn't miss him. But it's a matter of taste. So
I mean, yeah. When we're getting into discussing art, it's
exactly.
beauty's in the eye of the beholder and all that stuff, right? But
I think you'll see artists do. I mean, Lauren Taylor's supposed to have a collab with Topps that we haven't seen yet.
that's right. Yeah, I think that's coming next year. The Topps Lauren Taylor set's coming next year.
I think you'd see him like Tyson Beck would definitely be back. He is a sports artist, is what he does. So I can see that.
Definitely. I saw there's a card of his, or some cards of his coming out tomorrow or something. I think I saw a post in the Topps group or.
So it is his Stephon Curry card that comes out, and it comes out as soon as he breaks the all-time record for three-pointers in career. So he's something like 19 cards away, or 19 cards, 19 three-pointers away from breaking the all-time record of career three-pointers. And as soon as that goes to the basket, that card drops and goes on sale.
And then the bots go wild.
Yeah, which he had a problem with as well. So he had a drop this morning. I think it was, I don't know what time it was in Australia, but there, and he had 8,000 people trying to get 600 of his cards and broke his website. So he's going, well, that was a learning experience. He didn't expect to be as popular as he was there, which is great for Tyson Beck.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
There was a tweet that was sent to him that he retweeted, or it was an email that said that you're a terrible artist and you don't care about your fans. And it was just, so the guy was clearly pissed off because he wasn't getting anything. Not his fault. Look, the bots are a pain in the ass right now. You can't get anything. You have your own experience with the bots.
Man. So you're speaking to somebody who's been trying to get an Xbox Series X for about a month and a half now.
I was going to talk about your Boba Fett jacket as well.
Oh yeah, and I lost out my Boba Fett jacket and everything. Yeah, I'm having a tough time with high demand internet products at the moment. But
So he apologized there, and his next drop will be unannounced. I think he's going to do it on Discord, so people actually have a chance on that. So that's fantastic. But don't blame the guys doing it. He's trying to do as much as he can. Like literally, there was a thread I was following, a guy who had a friend at Panini, and he goes, "There's absolutely nothing they can do, like CAPTCHA or that. The bots just get around it. They tried their best to keep the bots from getting things, and it's just not entirely possible." So.
No, good old bots. We love them.
Yeah, which will be another show.
Which will be another show. That's right. Yeah. All right, excellent. So Project 70 rumbles on.
75%. We're at 75%.
We're at 75%. Here we go. We'll get there. Moving on. So another one of our regular topics then. NFTs. So we had another release of Topps NFTs. This time, where are we? Oh, I'm on the site just now, and I have to go and keep checking which platform it is. So back on Avalanche, yep, Avalanche backed toppsnfts.com. We had the 2021 post-season release, which happened last Tuesday, and then no, it didn't. It didn't happen because toppsnfts.com had a problem with their payment processor, and they had to delay the drop, and then it was delayed indefinitely, and then it was on for the next day, and then it got delayed indefinitely again, and then it happened the next day. So last Wednesday, the drop finally happened, and it seemed to go off without a hitch. I managed to get in and hoovered up quite a few packs, so that was kind of good. They sold out about as quick as you would expect them to sell out, as you quite rightly pointed out when I said to you later that night that there was still some available. There was still a couple, I think 2.5 hours or something after the drop, there were still packs available. But as you quite rightly pointed out, it's quite a limited release product, in as much as, you know, it's not all 30 teams featuring, obviously, because it's just a post-season set. So yeah, that probably accounts for some of it. It has all sold out now. I don't know exactly how long it took to sell out. Looking at resale at the moment, so standard packs were $20 at the minute on the Topps NFTs marketplace. The lowest ask is $22.50. So that's basically cost price, because the fees and stuff are pretty rough on toppsnfts.com. I think you pay like 10%, plus a processing fee as well per transaction. Premium packs, of which there were only 6,000, I think. Yeah, 6,000 in total. They were $100 each. They're currently selling for below that. Wow. So yeah, that's not exactly ideal. Let's be honest. As for individual NFTs that have come out of it, most expensive one there at the minute is an Austin Riley Legendary for $350. We have some super rares for $100, and then it's just down from there basically. So yeah, another release come and gone. Like I said, it was delayed 24 hours. I managed to get some. I haven't opened any yet, actually. I still got them, still keeping them sealed in my inventory. We'll see how the prices go between now and, well, whatever I decide to get rid of. This purchase for me was mostly funded by reselling my Bundesliga packs that I bought from toppsnfts.com.
The ones they couldn't sell out of.
The ones that they couldn't sell out, well, the ones that they gave away,
Right.
because they weren't selling. I actually managed to sell them and make a bit of profit on, like, not a huge amount, but like a bit of profit. But most of that profit came from the fact that Avalanche or AVAX, who back this, like, the price of AVAX went through the roof, and that helped. So yeah, I made my money back plus a little bit, not very much. I sold half of what I had, and that funded like 90% of the purchase that I made of the postseason pack. So I don't really feel like it's, you know, I still feel like I'm just running even at the minute, you know. So yeah, we'll see how they go. Like I say, I haven't opened any of them up yet to see if I've hit any moments. The design of them is, well, you mean it's art, right? So you either like it or you don't. It's actually a legendary Aussie Albies on sale for $900. There you go.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things with your NFTs is you have people who have cryptocurrency and they're just pouring it back in. Like I said, I think that's really what you're doing there. So,
I mean, the world of crypto is pretty wild at the best of times, but it's been particularly up and down over the last week or so. And the thing about toppsnfts.com is it's very much in its own ecosystem at the minute. Like you can't transfer in crypto to make purchases with. You have to fund it through either I think you can do it from your bank account if you're in the US. But if not, you have to do it off your card, like off your credit card. So you're basically buying the packs off your credit card, and that's how you're getting into the ecosystem of it. And if you're again, and still, if you're based outside the US, you can't actually take your money out. So I sold those Bundesliga packs, and I had my balance on my account, like I can't remember how much it was, like $500 or whatever. But I can't get access. So being not in the US, and because this is still technically in a beta, I had no way to extract that money because I don't have a US bank account. So I just had to sit there, and I can't do anything with it at all. I can't convert it into AVAX. I can't convert it into any other crypto and then transfer it to one of my crypto wallets or anything like that. I can't do anything with it. It just sits in Topps NFTs. So there you go. So I've basically just exchanged my Bundesliga NFTs for baseball NFTs, and then we'll see how that goes. Of course, I don't know if you can sell these on any other marketplaces. You know, like I don't think you can transfer them out. From what I've seen, I need to have a look on some of the bigger marketplaces to see if anybody's doing that. But of course, the other thing you can do is like sell on any other marketplace, like on eBay or whatever, and then you're just trying, so you get somebody to pay you outside of this ecosystem and then just transfer it to their wallet. But yeah, at the minute, I'm just kind of holding pat, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, after being delayed for 24 hours, the drop went, I guess, as expected. But then demand wasn't as high as we've seen it in the past.
It's interesting. I'm noticing that as well. Like, I don't know if it's the off season combined with the lockout, but sales are way down. Like, no one cares about baseball right now. So
yeah,
it's a tough sell. So I had those come out in November. I guarantee they was sold out in under an hour. But drop in December.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Topps Now releases that they were doing during the postseason itself did really well. So basically, the day after the game, you could buy Topps Now NFTs from the games that happened the night before, and those could include moments, to use the NBA Top Shot parlance, but video moments and highlights and whatever else, and they did really well. This feels more like it's more like a bunt. It feels like a bunt product. You get like the postseason set that comes out a little bit after the end of the season. And like you say, it's just to try and feed that interest through the off season. But that's fine. I say anything that kind of piques interest, and like you say, keeps it going. But yeah, it's a fairly hard sell at this time of year at the best of times. Like I say, that's why I'm surprised that there's still so many physical baseball card releases due to come out that haven't come out yet. And will we actually see them either before the end of the year or into next year, or if they'll just get kind of binned off completely for 2021, and we'll see these products come back in 2022. I mean, we already lost the sticker collection this year. There were no stickers. Big League feels like it's gonna get axed, but yeah, we're kind of running out of time to get these 2021 releases out the door.
They're going to release 2021, and then the week later 2022.
And then exactly. Yeah. The week later we'll be into 2022. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, for once, a successful Topps NFT experience, although perhaps not a particularly profitable one. But it's not all about the profit, is it? It's quite a fun. I see it as a business expense. It gives us something to talk about for 12 minutes on a podcast, if nothing else.
Speaking of business expenses, we did have to purchase something that was top related that's not baseball cards.
Did we?
Yeah, you're forgetting what we bought from the art show.
Yeah, I am forgetting.
The art Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget about the Garbage Pail Kids? Yeah, I can't remember what it was called now.
I can't remember. It was some sort of virtual art show.
On the street or something.
The street or something like that there. It was a virtual art show, and there was quite a few top 70 artists that were involved in the show, and there was it's a 92 card Garbage Pail Kid set, 80 card set. Yeah, I'm
going to look it up while we're on the subject.
And yeah, so they were doing it on demand. I think it was, or was it sold out? I can't remember. I need to double check the print run of that thing there. But they were selling. The artists did their own Garbage pail cards. So I know there was JK5. I know there was Andrew Thiel. There was Alex Pardee. There was a Mr. Cartoon. So I don't know if it went under the radar of most people there. I talked to one garbage pail card collector, and they didn't want to spend the money on it, although it appears it was slightly more expensive than you would normally pay for garbage pail kids. So I saw it as something fun. I'll admit I bought 2 boxes. I'll probably sell one and keep one, but I absolutely want to get those Project 70 artist cards. I think they'd be a lot of fun, and they look cool.
They do look cool, yeah. Beyond the Streets was the name of the
That's what it was.
was the name of the art show. I grabbed some boxes as well because I thought it's quite a cool. I mean, Garbage Pail Kids are pretty hot just now. We know that. Is it Keith Shore who's doing Garbage Pail Kids inspired cards?
His next 5 cards are all Garbage Pail Kids, with his first one being Derek Leader,
and it did quite well as well, didn't it?
Yeah, I want to sell it like 2,500. So
yeah. These were available exclusively through an app called Network. And they did like their online art show thing, which was actually pretty cool. Had a whole bunch of other cool stuff in it as well. And yeah, I bought some boxes as well. Like you say, I think I'll probably open some for myself and maybe sit on a couple. I think they could be an appreciating asset over time.
Absolutely, it was a limited edition of those, so I'm almost thinking about getting the Series 1 that they did last year. So I have a set.
Do you have the set? Yeah. It'd be kind of a cool thing, but yeah, I don't think the price was that bad. $100 plus tax. Well, depending where you're shipping to, of course, depends on your level of tax. But to get a hobby box of Garbage Pail Kids for $100 from on a limited release, I think it's pretty great value. You're not going to get anything else. A regular hobby box of any other trading card costs at least that.
Yeah.
Star Wars cards go for more than that, for example, and that's just regular releases. That's not limited edition with special guest artists and stuff like that.
I see that they're pushing the chrome ones now for Christmas. So,
that was my other Topps non-baseball. I do have another Topps non-baseball purchase. And my kids don't listen to the podcast, so I can tell you about it. I'm going to have to find it to make sure I get the proper name of the product that I purchased.
Sort of Disney Topps collaboration there. Is that what we're missing?
No, but although Topps do have the Disney license, of course, as we know. So I bought boxes of the I Love Pandas figurines, which are like these are like little blind bag toys. So it's like a set. They did a llamas set. They've actually done 2 llama sets the last few years. Like little collectible figurines. They're actually pretty cool. Come in little blind bags, which my kids love. I'm pretty sure your kids love a blind bag as well.
So disappointed when they open it as well.
Yeah, I know. That's always the thing. Desperate to get. Blythe's shocking, right? My youngest, she's like, I really want to get this one, and then of course she opens it and it's something else, and she just explodes.
Throws it aside.
It explodes into tears and crying and stuff. So for the longest time, we wouldn't buy her any blind bag stuff because it wasn't worth the stress. She's a bit better now. She's a bit older, but. Yeah, so I
buy those off eBay and put it back in the blind bag and pretend.
Oh, dude, I've heard stories of this. Yeah, which is bad. So that's LOL dolls. LOL dolls were bad for that for a long time.
Yes.
So I bought a box of I Love Pandas figurines and a box of the Rainbow Llamas series as well. So there you go. That was my other non-Topps purchase. And you completely threw me because I was like, I didn't tell you about that. I completely forgot about the Garbage Pail Kids.
Garbage Pail Kids. We both bought some boxes there.
Garbage Pail Kids. There we go.
Yes. So as I said, I'm looking forward to it. I'll maybe open a box, keep a box. Who knows? I think... there'll be some nostalgia in that for sure. So
I think I'll definitely open at least a box as well.
Because I kind of need a set there. I totally didn't need to spend the money on that, but I absolutely did. So
yeah. Final topic for this week then. Bunt. Which I think is a bit of a surprise to both of us because we talked about it a little bit before we came, on air, but it's been down for ages, and it's still down.
It's still down. They're doing maintenance. They're doing either maintenance or it's connected to Amazon's web services. So they're both screwed.
So is there like a bigger AWS outage? Is that what's going on? Is that why there's problems?
I know around 3:30, 4 o'clock, Amazon went down, and everyone went, "Oh, Amazon's down. How am I supposed to do Christmas shopping?" So I don't know.
Shit. Amazon Web hosting subsidiary suffers a worldwide outage. There we go.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is affecting Topps or not. I hope it's not. But yes. So that's currently down, and which is throwing me off because I'm working on that Inception Black set right now.
Oh, are you still going through it? Well, I'm still trying to get museum collection across the line.
Right.
I suddenly feel like I'm invested in that, so I'm trying to finish out the uncommon sets at the very least. I might try and do the rares as well, but usually I just try and do uncommon and below. But oh yeah, lots of people complaining about. There's a major.
Look at Twitter. Everyone don't look at Twitter and
Jesus
search Amazon. It is just nothing but hatred going on.
Yeah, it's just one data center as well, by the looks of things, but it's taken out so much stuff. We're experiencing API and console issues in the US East 1 region. Wow. Amazon said in a report on its service health dashboard. There you go.
There you go. So, somebody's making off with millions of dollars from Amazon, so don't feel too bad for Jeff Bezos.
So Amazon's down, Ring's down, Disney Plus is having problems, IMDb, Duolingo, Tinder, all having problems. Off Tinder's down, goodness me.
Oh my gosh, how are people going to hook up?
Yeah, the hub will be taking a pounding. Yeah, well there we go. It may well be related to that then. That wouldn't surprise me.
So I was in the flurry. I'm trying to get the super rare autos on my Inception Black there. So I'm working my way there and trying to finish off the rare sets. And then I'll worry about Gold Label, which has dropped last on Friday as well too. So,
yeah. So do you have much left? You don't have too much left to go in Inception Black then?
I have 20 rares to go, maybe 18 rares to go on the Fire base set, and then I have about 12 to 14 to go on the super rares there. So still buying packs, still kind of hoping I hit a home run.
Yeah.
And then trading away stuff. So it's interesting because I get to the part where I don't have much to trade, or I don't have anything to trade players. And I'm kind of like, I look at my rares and super rares and go, do I really like this card, or can I let it go for trades? And I've decided that, you know what, unless I really like the card or really want it, I think getting the award is more better than actually having the card.
Yeah, that's why I sort of changed tack with the way that I'm doing the way I'm trying to fill stuff out as well. Like I say, sort of uncommon and below, I tend to focus on, and if I do quite well, just naturally opening packs, or if the rare plus sets are kind of small, like maybe 10 cards or whatever, you might get sort of halfway through just from opening packs, then I'll maybe try and fill them out. But other than that, like if I hit any rares or supers or whatever in my quest to do the base sets, if I want to call them that, then yeah, the higher value or the more rare ones, they just become trade fodder for later down the road when I'm trying to try to fill out the last few gaps in the set.
I find it really think about Inception. Like, I like it. It's not for everyone, but the people that like it really like it. Like, people have dropped some serious cash on Inception.
Yeah, man.
I've seen some guy have a couple, like 20 versions of a super rare, and I was like, how much money did you spend to get that many of those super rares?
Yeah, so that's wild. Funny, I was trying to put a trade together with somebody with quite a high collection score the other day. And usually when I'm like trading sort of rares and supers and stuff like that, I'll go and like see if they've got any like tier 1 sort of just base cards, the white base cards, level 1, whatever it's called. What's it called? It's not called level 1. What's it called? That's really annoying. Tier 1 base 1.
Tier 1 base 1.
What they call it. It's really annoying.
Yeah. If I can
Anyway,
open the app, I tell you.
I know, right? I just went to pick up my phone and realized I just remembered it was down again. I'll usually try and add in like a few just to try and fill my needs out, and yeah, like whoever this guy was or this person I was trading with had like 2.8 thousand, so like 2,800 of one type of card, and like of a 2022 base card, or 2021 base
2021
card, like
base card.
2.8k of them. Like what the? Like how much have you opened to get 3,000 of one base card?
Yeah, exactly. There's a 300 card set, and
Yeah.
it's changed. So
It's got
there's Series 2
3,000 of
out.
them. That's wild. That's wild.
So yes, we're trying to get a Bunt Super Collector or a Bunt MVP or VIP.
VIP. There you go.
VIP on and pick their brains to go, because I think to be a Bunt VIP, you have to spend almost $1,200 a month on the app.
That's wild. I
And
mean,
I
that's
can
my
see
mortgage. $1,200 is basically my mortgage.
I mean, you've got to be a pretty big fan to spend over $1,000 a month on Bunt. Like I can see it, but I can't see it. Or is it an addictive thing where you're just like, I got to finish this set. I got to get the iconic set. To be fair, like, if you can actually put together an iconic set, the card's pretty cool and it's pretty limited.
Yeah.
And I know there's people always flipping the cards on my Bunt group that I'm in and on eBay. So there's clearly people that are willing to pay money for it. So
yeah. It's funny. I never think about looking on eBay for stuff, but I don't. I mean, I don't collect at that kind of level where I think I would have anything that would be attractive on, because when I'm trying to put together trades with some of these, like, 100k plus like collection score guys, it's like I don't have any cards that they need. Do you know what I mean? It's like, the eBay stuff, I think you can pretty much hold it back for legendaries and like the iconics, really, right? It's not really anything else is going to make its way to eBay.
No, not really. You'll see a couple like sets will be there. So those top 70th year cards that had the spinning thing on those.
Yeah.
Those sets were hard to come by, and people were selling those sets on eBay.
Okay.
I think it was £5 or $5 there, because I thought about it. I was like, I really like those cards.
Yeah, for research, right?
So I guess if I had a budget, if I had a budget to spend on Bunt, I'd probably think maybe £50 a month would be my budget.
Wow.
If, like I said, we're talking like if I had a budget, like I said, I've spent a total of £5 so far on Bunt. Maybe it was $3.99 whenever I bought my thing there. I quite enjoy my free to play and go from there. But yeah, I mean,
it's funny you say 50 quid a month and go, Christ, that sounds like an awful lot. But that's just like buying like an Xbox game every month or a PlayStation game every month. Do you know what I mean? You're talking. It's the same amount of money.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, the only thing is there's nothing physical about it. It's just your collection. And
it's just your collection, yeah.
So,
but then listen, I bet people spend a hell of a lot more than that every month on, like on video game stuff, like CS:GO skins and Fortnite skins and battle passes and all that kind of stuff.
How much money do we want to be spending on cigarettes?
Oh, dude, look, listen, I can do £50 a week just on lunch at the minute. If I'm in the office, a cup of coffee and a sandwich at my work is £6. So like do that 5 days a week, and I'm at £30 already. It's but yeah, when you think about just putting it into a game, then it's like I guess it's triggering a different part of certainly the way I think about money and stuff, I guess. But yeah, put it in context with other things. Like I say, that's basically an Xbox game. An Xbox game is £50 now. So it's like buying an Xbox game every month, or it's like two Dominoes, or Dominoes for us because we're a family of four, I guess. But,
yeah, exactly.
It's like
pizza these days.
yeah, it's like 2 or 3 takeaways or something, or it's like a reasonable night out. I suppose £50 is, maybe not. Maybe £50's not enough for a reasonable night out anymore.
Nights out, one of those. I haven't heard one of those for a while.
Yeah, so I'm saying that's why I suddenly had to backtrack, and I was like, shit, a pint could cost £50 now for all I know. I don't freaking know. If it's like £14 for a packet of cigarettes, which I think it is right now, then
it's pretty close to that.
Yeah, that's wild.
Exactly. So so don't smoke and spend your money on Bunt.
Spend your money on Bunt, or spend your money on NFTs. There you go.
Yeah. So, it's all context in there. So it's not a bad thing. But this is what I'm really hoping to get someone that spends $1,000 or more a month to just go, why? Like what? There's no end game for it. There's There's one of our followers that really wants to see their butt collection become NFTs, which I think would be pretty cool. I don't see it happening, but
No, I don't see it happening now. No, maybe if Topps had a future with the license, that could have been a play, but not if they're losing the license. But then they may be losing the physical license, or they're still going to keep the digital license. We don't know. We'll find these things out in time, I guess. But
exactly. But I mean, I think the guy's forgetting it costs literally like $100 to create an NFT. So you're gonna have a really limited market of people who's like, you know what, I really need that base card, that level 1 base card into an NFT.
Let's ask Gary V about NFTs, shall we?
That was ridiculous.
The $51 million man. Right, there you go. All right, awesome.
What's his net worth before we sign off here?
What's his net worth? I couldn't tell you. Yeah. Let me Google it.
Because I mean, so Graham had shared a video with me where Gary V had made 91 million in a week for his NFTs.
I think so.
So it was like 50 million at the drop to sell his NFTs, and then proceeded to make another 40 million on the sales of his NFTs over the week of drop. There it was something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, so 91 million in total, 51 million from just the sales of the initial launch of the NFTs, and then 41 million in residuals because he retains 10% of the secondary market. There you go. According to wealthygorilla.com, that's a fantastic website. As of 2021, his net worth was 200 million.
So he basically doubled it. They're not doubled
it.
Well,
added 50% almost.
50% over on
NFTs. I don't know. There's no date on this webpage to say when this was published. About 200 million they reckon as of 2021.
Wow.
Why I'm going backwards, and this website is putting me into. Oh, they've done something really cheeky. Well, when you click back on a website, it should just take you back to the page you were on before.
Aye.
But it preloaded 5 different pages before it took me to the page I actually wanted. Wow, that's really cheeky.
Wealthy Gorilla.
Stay away from Wealthy Gorilla. That is dodgers.
Oh, I hate that. Well, that's interesting. But that's a lot of money in NFTs. I definitely think NFTs are still gaining stuff there. But I mean, Snoop's got his own NFTs.
Yeah, well, pretty much everyone does these days. Coming soon.
Yes.
NFTs and tops, right?
Yes, NFTs and tops. Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll need to get into this space. Yes. Yeah, so there we go. Well, that's awesome. That rounds up pretty much another week. We've managed to make it through another episode. Look at us. We filled well over an hour this time. Mostly with gibberish, but you can enjoy our long-form ramblings on your favourite podcast platform when this episode comes out as a podcast Wednesday, 9 p.m. UK, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever else that you get your podcasts from. And yeah, we'll be back to Mondays, back to our normal days. We'll be back next Monday at 9 p.m. Live on Twitch, where we are at the moment, or YouTube as well, of course, and Facebook. But until then, Jason, thanks very much again for being on this week. I hope your head recovers from getting clobbered by your movie poster.
I'm going to go see my nurse wife to go get it all.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't taken the hat off yet. The blood will just flow everywhere.
Yeah. You're gonna take that off. I'll have one of those comedy bump on the heads like you used to get in the Looney Tunes cartoons. Yeah. So until next week, thanks again for tuning in and listening to the show. Feel free to get in touch with us at any time through the week if you want. You can find us on Linktree. It's linktr.ee, whatever, Linktree/teaandtopps. I don't know how you use it.
Just Google Teaandtopps.
Just Google Teaandtopps. You'll find us. Yeah, exactly.
Teaandtopps on every social media platform.
Exactly, yeah. Feel free to get in touch and tell us what you think about the show or content. But yeah, until next week, thanks very much for joining us. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stay away from that new variant, right?
We lost you there for a second.
I know you froze. That was weird. That was scary. I was just running us out of here while your internet died. Oh no, it's me. It's my internet.
I think it's your internet because
yeah.
the video says interrupted on my phone here. So.
Yeah, I'm in the teeth of the storm here, so that's probably what it is. Right, let's get out of here before my internet dies.
All right.
All right, thanks.
All right, guys. Have a good weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
Will do. Take care.